Lesson 71. Past Perfect. I had eaten. When do we use the present perfect?
We use the present perfect when we are thinking about time before and up to now.
Give me an example.
Mary cannot enter her flat because she has lost her key.
What does that sentence mean?
That sentence means that Mary does not know where her key is now because of losing it earlier today.
When do we use the past perfect?
We use the past perfect when we are thinking about time before and up to another point in the past.
Give me an example.
Mary could not enter her flat yesterday because she had lost her key.
What does that sentence mean?
That sentence means that Mary did not know where her key was yesterday because of losing it earlier in the day.
What's the difference between these two sentences? I ate my dinner at 9 o'clock and I had eaten my dinner at 9 o'clock.
The difference between these two sentences is that I ate my dinner at 9 o'clock means I started to eat my dinner at 9 o'clock, whereas I had eaten my dinner at 9 o'clock means that my dinner was already finished at 9 o'clock.
Had you had anything to eat before you came to school today?
Yes, I had had something to eat before I came to school today.
Had you ever seen me before you came to this school?
No, I had never seen you before I came to this school.
When you began your lessons at this school, had you already studied some English or were you a complete beginner?
When I began my lessons at this school, I had already studied some English.
Party. Political. What does the word party mean?
The word party means...
Do you ever throw a party at home on your birthday?
Yes, I sometimes throw a party at home on my birthday.
Which is the strongest political party in your country today?
The Conservative Party is the strongest political party in my country today.
Do you prefer to go on holiday with a friend or in a large party?
I prefer to go on holiday with a friend.
Mad? Crazy? UFO? What does the word mad mean?
The word mad means angry, very interested, and crazy.
Do some people get mad when they're driving in very heavy traffic?
Yes, some people get mad when they're driving in very heavy traffic.
What kind of things are you most mad about?
I'm most mad about music, films, sport, etc.
If a friend told you they had seen a UFO, would you believe them or think they were going mad?
If a friend told me they had seen a UFO, I wouldn't believe them. I'd think they were going mad.
Copy. What happens if one pupil copies from another during an exam?
If one pupil copies from another during an exam, he's sent out of the room.
When you answer a question during a Callan lesson, should you simply copy what the teacher says?
No, when I answer a question during a Callan lesson, I shouldn't simply copy what the teacher says. I should try to answer the question without waiting to hear the words from the teacher first.
If you were given 2 copies of the same book for your birthday, what would you do?
If I were given 2 copies of the same book for my birthday, I'd give one to a friend.
Influence. Does the weather have a strong influence over you? Do you, for example, feel happy in good weather and unhappy in bad weather?
Yes, the weather has a strong influence over me.
Mouse. Mice. What is the name of the famous mouse in the cinema world?
The name of the famous mouse in the cinema world is Mickey Mouse.
What do mice like eating?
Mice like eating cheese, etc.
Throat. What part of the body's this?
It's the throat.
Opportunity. Which would you prefer? A job that gave you the opportunity to visit other countries, or a job that gave you the opportunity to earn a lot?
I'd prefer a job that gave me the opportunity to earn a lot.
Develop industry, agriculture. What do we mean by the underdeveloped countries of the world?
By the underdeveloped countries of the world, we mean those with little industry, agriculture, etc.
Print. Where was this book printed?
This book was printed in Malta.
Sand, beach, desert. Where do we find sand?
We find sand on a beach, in a desert, etc.
When you're on holiday, do you enjoy lying on a beach in the sun?
Yes, when I'm on holiday, I enjoy lying on a beach in the sun.
Why is it difficult to live in a desert?
It's difficult to live in a desert because there is so little water.
Bell, knock, pay a visit, ring. What am I doing?
You're knocking on the table.
Is there a bell in this school?
Yes, there's a bell in this school.
What do you do when you arrive at somebody's front door in order to pay a visit?
When I arrive at somebody's front door in order to pay a visit, I knock on the door or ring the doorbell.
Shout. When do people shout?
People shout when they're angry or when they think somebody can't hear them.
If there were some people shouting loudly outside in the corridor, would you be able to hear me?
No, if there were some people shouting loudly outside in the corridor, I wouldn't be able to hear you.
Stick, walking stick. Do some people use walking sticks to help them move around when they get older?
Yes, some people use walking sticks to help them move around when they get older.
Which animals like to fetch sticks that you throw for them?
Dogs like to fetch sticks that you throw for them.
Would prefer plus infinitive with to. Where would you prefer to live, by a lake or by the sea?
I'd prefer to live by the sea.
This evening, would you prefer to go out for dinner or simply go home?
This evening, I'd prefer to go out for dinner.
Exclamation mark.